I'm Heather McKean, author of Mind Change, Changing the World One Mind at a Time. And I am so thrilled to welcome you, especially if you're discovering mind change for the first time. Because today, for the first time ever, this life-changing book is now available in Spanish. Whether you're here because someone shared their life-changing results with you, or someone just told you about the book, or because something in your life just isn't working the way that it should. Whether it's physical pain, emotional turmoil, burnout, or that deep sense of, I've tried everything and nothing is working. I want you to know you're in the right place. You're not broken. You're not crazy, and you haven't failed. You've just been operating with incomplete instructions for how your brain and your life actually work. See, I know because I tried everything and I was still dying. In 2011, I was dying, not figuratively, literally. I was hooked up to an IV unit at home in liver and kidney failure with more than 30 medical diagnoses. Doctors had no answers, and I was taking 180 pills, drops, or injections a day. I really had tried everything: conventional medicine, alternative healing, therapy, supplements. I was exhausted, and the doctors had run out of ideas and options. But something in me knew. Something felt like they're missing something. I mean, my organs were shutting down. My relationships were suffering. My body had become a battleground. And worst of all, there didn't seem to be any hope. Nothing was working. I was given advice by doctors that we may need to start getting my affairs in order. So, there was a moment for my life that really I feel like was my, what I now call mind change moment. I had a thought that changed my life forever. And that was, if my mind and body are powerful enough to create all of these incurable diseases to the point where I am slowly dying, what if they're also powerful enough to undo it? That question became the beginning of a journey that would transform everything: my health, my marriage, my beliefs, my patterns, and ultimately thousands of other people's lives around the world. I mean, let's be honest. There are millions of self-help books out there. And if you've tried a few, you're probably thinking, I've been told to think positive, feel my feelings, fix my nervous system, let go, forgive, forget, move on. But if you're here, I imagine something still feels stuck. That's because most books and methods focus on the symptom, not the source. They try to fix the output without changing the operating system. What makes Mind Change different is this: we show you how to access, understand, and rewire the subconscious mind, the place where 95% of your thoughts, behaviors, and patterns are formed and stored. The Mind Change method was born from my own healing, and everything I use to get well is inside this book. Not a summary, not just an inspirational story, the actual method, step by step, tool by tool, layer by layer. This book gives you the why and the how and the what to do next so that you can start making changes for yourself. So why do other things seem to fall short? Other methods, modalities, treatments? Well, let's go a little deeper. See, we all have a conscious mind. That's the you watching this, making plans, analyzing, deciding, and that conscious part of your mind thinks that it's in control. But it's really only 5% of our mental activity. The other 95%, yeah, that's your subconscious. It's what holds your beliefs, your fears, your trauma, your identity. And it's the one running the show. So your brain is kind of like a computer. It runs on programs, most of which were installed before you could even speak. And we go through life, especially as a young person, being programmed. Unless you later on rewrite those programs, your body, your emotions, your patterns will just keep repeating. In Mind Change, I break this down step by step, not in a bunch of academic jargon, but with real language, real stories, and practical tools. So you probably, if you're here, have already tried a lot of things. Maybe therapy, medication, coaching, meditation, spiritual work, maybe nervous system regulation or positive affirmations. And maybe some of it helped. But for many people, something still isn't landing. The healing isn't whole. See, your subconscious mind isn't random. It's a data storage system built from childhood memories, traumatic moments, inherited beliefs, unmet needs, cultural scripts, and misunderstood events. It's not emotional. It's logical. And right now, it may be holding on to a file that says something like, if I speak up, I'll get hurt. If I rest, I'll be rejected. If I succeed, I'll be abandoned. If I feel peace, something bad will happen. Now, oftentimes, these are not conscious thoughts. They're subconscious thoughts. But then again, not just thoughts, programs. And the body, well, the body is going to follow the program through illness, anxiety, addiction, disconnection, or shutdown. That's why people say, I've done all the work and I'm still stuck. Usually the work just didn't go deep enough. In this book, you'll learn why the brain is not actually hardwired and how to change its patterns. You'll learn what subconscious beliefs are and how they get stored, the connection between memory, illness, and emotional patterns, how trauma shapes your reality, and how to rewrite it. It'll give you tools to begin shifting your beliefs, identities, and physiological responses. And most importantly, you'll learn the exact method I use to heal myself and that I've now taught to tens of thousands of people around the world. People just like you. People who thought they were out of options. People who felt like giving up. People who are now free. Why mind change works is not just hype. It's neuroscience. The mind change method draws from neuroplasticity, meaning our brain can rewire itself based on repetition, attention, and belief. Also something called psiconeuroimmunology, which is that our thoughts and emotions actually can affect our immune system and our genetic expression. We will talk about memory reconsolidation, that even painful memories can be safely rewritten with precision and care. We'll also talk about epigenetics, how you are not a prisoner of your genes. You are a creator of your biology. Mind change gives you access to that science and turns it into something personal, doable, powerful. So let's use an example. Let's try one small exercise together. I'd invite you to go ahead and take in a nice deep breath and then close your eyes. I want you to ask yourself, what is the one emotion you avoid the most? Maybe it was sadness, maybe anger, maybe vulnerability. Whatever it is, just allow it to come up. Now ask yourself, when did I first learn that this emotion wasn't safe? Just go back, maybe to the first time you remember feeling this way. Just notice how old you were. Who was there? Notice, are you seeing this like a movie? Or maybe you feel this in your body somewhere. Or maybe you're hearing it. Just notice how you know this is true for you. All right, good job. You can open up your eyes. My guess is that if it was safe enough for your mind to do this exercise, you likely found yourself somewhere back in your childhood or early experiences. This would have been where you received the message that something inside of you wasn't right or good. Even though it was about a particular emotion, you may have internalized it as something wrong with you. Chances are, your body has been protecting you from that emotion ever since, through shutdown, illness, anxiety, or even something like perfectionism. See, this book teaches you how to find those early files and then change what they say. Even if you have little to no memories from your childhood, this book can help you identify how your early programming may be creating your current circumstances. This book wasn't written for experts. It was written for the exhausted, the people who've tried everything and still feel stuck. It's for the person dealing with chronic illness that no one can explain, anxiety that keeps returning or taking over your life, grief that never fully healed, childhood trauma that still echoes into your adult relationships, or relationship dynamics that feel like an emotional roller coaster or feedback loop that you're stuck in. I didn't just want to write a book about healing. I wanted to show people how to experience it, starting with understanding how their own brain and body actually work together. And now it's in Spanish. My hope is that it reaches more people across cultures, continents, and communities who have never been told that you're not crazy, you're patterned, and patterns can be changed. If something in you is saying, there's more for me than this, you're right. This is not about fixing yourself. It's about finding yourself beneath the programming, beneath the pain, beyond those original messages that you received. Back to the peaceful, powerful self. The Spanish edition of Mind Change makes that journey more accessible than ever before. I want to share a quick client story, one of many that is featured in the book. The client says, I had done all the therapy. I knew my trauma timeline better than anyone. But it wasn't until Mind Change that something finally shifted. My body stopped flaring. My relationship softened. And for the first time in my life, I felt safe. These stories aren't rare. They are common because it's what happens when you stop trying to fix what's wrong and start changing what's running underneath. That's the invitation of this book. This is the book I wish I had when I was doing chronic illness. It's the book I wrote for the person I used to be. And it's the book that has already changed thousands of lives around the world. Now, it's your turn. From my heart to yours, thank you for being brave enough to look within. Because the moment that you change your mind, everything changes. So make sure to secure your copy of Mind Change today at the discounted rate so that you can get started on changing your mind. I'll see you in the pages.